Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at fantasy stories where good triumphs over evil. If you like epic battles between good and evil, then this is for you. Kick back and relax as we explore some worlds where good wins in the end. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. This series is probably one of the most well-known stories about good versus evil ever written. It follows the adventures of children who travel through a wardrobe to the magical land of Narnia, where they learn that they are the prophesied saviors who will defeat the evil White Witch and bring peace and harmony back to the land. The series is full of epic battles between good and evil, with good ultimately prevailing and bringing about a new era of peace and prosperity in Narnia. The series explores themes of courage, selflessness, and the power of belief in something greater than oneself. It is a classic example of good triumphing over evil, making it perfect for those who enjoy stories with clear moral messages. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. This epic high fantasy story set in the fictional world of Middle-earth is one of the greatest examples of good triumphing over evil ever written. The story follows the hobbit Frodo Baggins, who inherits his Uncle Bilbo's possessions, including a mysterious ring. Frodo soon discovers that the ring is actually the one ring created by the Dark Lord Sauron and sets out on a perilous journey to destroy it in the only place where it can be unmade, the fires of Mount Doom in the land of Mordor. Along the way, he is joined by a fellowship of friends who help him resist Sauron's forces and ultimately succeed in destroying the ring and defeating the Dark Lord. The story explores themes of friendship, courage, and the importance of hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. Through its complex characters and richly imagined world, The Lord of the Rings is an enduring testament to the power of good over evil. The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. This high fantasy series is set in a world where the forces of good and evil are locked in an eternal struggle. The story follows a group of young people who are caught up in a prophecy that foretells the return of the Dark One, an evil deity who seeks to destroy the world. With the help of powerful wizards and mythical creatures, the group must race against time to prevent the Dark One's return and save the world from destruction. The series is filled with epic battles, political intrigue, and compelling characters. As the stakes rise and the forces of darkness grow stronger, the group must summon all their strength and courage to prevail in the end. The Wheel of Time is a sweeping saga that celebrates the triumph of good over evil and the power of hope in the face of despair. A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. While not exclusively a story about good versus evil, this series certainly has its share of both. Set in the fictional world of Westeros, the story follows several noble families as they fight for control of the Iron Throne and the title of King or Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Amidst the political intrigue and betrayals, an ancient evil stirs in the icy north, threatening to engulf the entire continent in darkness. As the different factions struggle for power, they must also contend with this growing threat and decide whether to unite against it or continue to fight amongst themselves. The series explores themes of honor, duty, and the corrupting nature of power. While there is no clear-cut victory for good over evil, the series does suggest that even in the darkest of times, hope and resilience can prevail. Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. This six-book fantasy series follows the adventures of Ged, a young wizard who must learn the true meaning of power and responsibility after a reckless spell goes awry. Ged's story is one of self-discovery and redemption as he confronts his own fears and weaknesses and learns to use his powers wisely and compassionately. He faces many challenges, including a battle against the forces of darkness in the underworld, but ultimately prevails through his courage and wisdom. The Earthsea series is a powerful story about the balance between good and evil and the importance of understanding and accepting one's shadow self. Through Ged's journey, Le Guin explores themes of self-discovery, responsibility, and the interconnectedness of all living things. The Dark Tower series by Stephen King. This epic 8-book series follows Roland Deschain, the last gunslinger, as he journeys across a dying world to reach the fabled Dark Tower, which is said to hold the key to saving all of creation. Along the way, he is joined by a group of companions who help him battle the forces of evil and overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. The series is a unique blend of fantasy and science fiction with elements of Western and horror. It is a sprawling and complex story with a rich mythology and a vast cast of characters. Despite the bleak setting and dark themes, the series ultimately offers a message of hope and redemption. Through Roland's perseverance and the power of friendship, good ultimately triumphs over evil and the cycle of violence is broken. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This epic fantasy series is set in a world shrouded in mist and ash where a tyrannical emperor rules with an iron fist. The story follows Kelsier, a brilliant young thief who assembles a crew of outcasts to help him pull off a daring heist against the emperor. But when Kelsier discovers he possesses special abilities known as allomancy, he and his crew become embroiled in a rebellion against the empire. As the stakes rise and the forces of good and evil clash, Kelsier must learn to master his powers and lead his allies to victory in a thrilling battle for the fate of the world. Mistborn is a fast-paced and action-packed adventure with a diverse cast of characters and a unique magic system. It is a great example of good triumphing over evil and the power of hope and perseverance in the face of adversity. The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. This ongoing high fantasy series is set on a world where the sun and moon are locked in a perpetual struggle, causing catastrophic natural disasters known as high storms. The story follows a group of characters as they navigate the complex political landscape and battle against the forces of evil that threaten to destroy the world. The series is known for its intricate world building, unique magic systems, and compelling characters. Despite the bleak setting and dark themes, the Stormlight Archive ultimately offers a message of hope and redemption. Through the courage and sacrifice of its characters, good ultimately prevails over evil, bringing balance to the world and restoring order to society. If you enjoyed this list, then be sure to check out our other videos on good versus evil. We have already made videos on top 10 anime shows where good triumphs over evil and 10 books where good triumphs over evil. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, then leave them in the comments below. We always appreciate your input and we take all suggestions into consideration. If you liked this video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.